Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I've got a really exciting challenge that I am hosting over on Instagram that I want to tell you all about. Hopefully, so many people are taking part in it as well. Hopefully, even if you aren't over on Instagram, this can be something that you can follow along on here on YouTube because I have got someone sharing on YouTube every single day of the month starting today. I'm day number 1, going all the way through the month talking about their part of this challenge. And some days I even have 2 people that are sharing. So there's going to be tons of content going up about this challenge. And what is this challenge, Whitney? This is the Precious Fabric 24 challenge. Hashtag Precious Fabric 24. This is the premise of this challenge. So basically, the challenge is find that precious fabric that's in your stash, that piece that you loved and bought. It doesn't necessarily have to be an expensive piece of fabric, but something that you're scared to cut into because this is your one shot. You know, you've got this one piece of fabric and, you know, once it's gone, and you don't want to mess it up. I have quite a few actually in my stash. I didn't really have any issue picking what I wanted to use. But if you do follow me on Instagram, I had a whole series of stories a couple weeks ago now, whole series of stories where I had you guys help me pick which fabric I was going to use for the challenge, what pattern I was going to use, and then what muslin fabric that I was going to, for a wearable muslin fabric that I was going to use. So I'll be sharing that here at the end. Let me talk about the challenge first, and then I'll show you my plans for the challenge going forward. But basically, you just need to make up something in the month of September. Why the month of September? It is National Sewing Month. So what perfect time to finally grab whatever it is that's in your stash, and along with hopefully all the rest of us here, get brave and actually make something out of that precious fabric so we can take that wonderful fabric and take it out of our drawers and put it onto our bodies and into our wardrobes, which is the whole reason that we bought the fabric in the first place, I'm assuming. So it's very simple. You just need to post. You can actually post as many times as you want on Instagram. Use the hashtag PreciousFabric24. Tag me, Tomcat Stitchery Caramel. That's all you have to do. Now, there will be only 1 entry per person, but we have a whole bunch of lovely sponsors lined up, and I'll be just, Jenny and I will be picking winners at random. We'll probably divide this into a couple of prize packs because we have quite a few people, sponsors that are participating, which is very exciting, and I'll go through those here in just a second. But you just need to have your pictures posted by the end of September, and with September 30th, and we will pick a winner on the 1st of October, and or winners on the 1st of October, and then let them know what they've won. These are all digital products, so this is open worldwide. No matter where you are, you can enter into the challenge, which is also something that was important for me to be able to do. So there's no shipping costs. Everything is a digital product. Okay. Sponsors. Most of these are all pattern companies because I wanted you to win prizes where you could then use to make up other pieces of your precious fabric. So I've got a list here, which is why I'm looking down. Allie Olson. Her hive sweater is delightful. She's got some other really cute things. Helen's Closet. You all know Helen's Closet. She has so many patterns to pick from. I Am Patterns, which is a beautiful French pattern company. They've got a lot of really great stuff as well. Ready to Sew Patterns. Also, I mean, all of these are really good. We were so excited to get all of these. Itch to Stitch Patterns. Love Notions Patterns. Named Patterns. Named Clothing, Named Patterns. Seamwork. Seamwork is actually offering a membership to one person, which is really cool. So you'd have access to like all of their patterns. And Sew Over It. So those are the pattern companies that are participating. And then Stash Hub has very graciously given us a prize as well. And Stash Hub is an app that helps you organize your stash, which we thought was also appropriate for this challenge. But basically, when you buy stuff online, it automatically pulls all of the information into your virtual stash. So just looking at your phone, you can see how much you bought, the content, everything. Like if there's stretch percentage listed on the listing, all that stuff, you can just use the link and put it into your virtual stash. And then there's also options for adding stuff that's in your current stash into your virtual stash as well. So it keeps that all nice and organized. It's a really cool app. And I've only just learned about Stash Hub in February, I think, when I was in Puyallup at the Sew Expo. I took a class on technology with sewing, like apps and different ways to like organize things and that sort of stuff. And that was one of the apps that was talked about. So very cool. So happy to have all these sponsors. So we'll probably put these into little prize packs and give those out and just choose winners randomly. So I hope you guys are all going to participate. Okay, let's talk about my plans for Precious Fabric. So like I mentioned, I posted over on Instagram. I had 3 fabrics to pick from and had my Instagram viewers pick. And the one that won is this stunning Italian, it's Italian silk because I got it in Italy. But I got this when I was in Rome last summer. And it is this beautiful silk charmeuse. I have 3 meters of it, and it is, look at that print. It's like a really, Jenny thinks the trees look like pickles, and now I can't unsee that. But it's just this really gorgeous silk charmeuse, and this is what the masses picked. Oh, this is also upside down. It's like, I don't think the trees are right side up. There we go. Now the trees are right side up. Anyway, this beautiful silk charmeuse. And, I mean, the colors are all over the place in my palette, but it's kind of a moodier print, but still got some bright color in it. It's going to go in my, the palette, my sewing palette for the fall perfectly, because as you can see, we've got some of the bright blue, we've got some of the yellow, we've got some of the, this is orange, but, you know, kind of goes along with that red. There's olive green in there, and then some creams and stuff as well. So it's going to go perfectly with my palette that I picked for fall, but just, you know, cohesive in my wardrobe, period. For the pattern, I have had the Lutterlow system, the Golden Rule system. My mom got it for me for Christmas. I mean, I'm trying to remember when. I showed it to you guys on the channel, but it's been like quite a few years ago now. Like maybe 2020, 2019, maybe 2021. Anyway, it's been quite a few years ago. And I just haven't taken the time to sit down and like figure it out. So what it is it is a system that you take your full bust measurement and your hip measurement, and then all of the patterns are these little bitty schematics. So the pictures of the patterns are on the front, and then there's these little schematics. And by this special tape measure that comes in the kit, and I guess on this one, you're just using the bust. Because there's also, like, if you're doing a dress that's more fitted, you'll have a different crosshair here for the hip. But anyway, you're putting the, you put it in a whole, it's a whole thing. I'm going to actually do a whole video on it if you're curious. Anyway, it's a way, using the golden rule of kind of not drafting, but creating these patterns to be your perfect size, is the idea behind it. So I've had the system for quite a while, but Lutterlow reached out to me at H&H, so when we were at the conference in April, and asked if I would do a demonstration video where I could show how to use the system on my channel, and then also something that they could use as well. And I was like, you know what, that is yes, because I have the system and I really want to figure it out and play around with it, because I've got books of, I mean, there are a ton of patterns come with this that I am interested in trying out, and it's something that I've already got here in my stash. So yes, I would love to do that. So anyway, that is why I decided to use a Lutterlow pattern for my Precious Fabric Challenge. It just all was very kismet. It all fell into place really, really well. So I had picked 3 patterns out that I thought would go well with the silk charmeuse, and then put those up for a vote. And the one that won is this dress. This one, this version. It's the same pattern. Well, is it the same pattern? No, this one's got more fullness in the skirt. But it's basically a straight kind of drapey sheath dress with a really pretty sleeve. And I'm going to, yeah, there's the cuff. Yeah, I'm just looking at the pattern pieces here. Yeah, it has you draft like interfacing and stuff or facing, but I'm going to fully line mine. And I'm also going to put a center back zipper, not a side zipper. But anyway, I'm going to do this version. This is the version that won here with these beautiful, I thought these beautiful sleeves would be great with the silk charmeuse. I'm going to fully line mine. That's also the thing about these patterns. I made my hemp outfit using their system and was very pleased with it. But then I mentioned this in that video too, that this is not, if you are a beginner, this is not, I would not start here. There's just no instructions for how to sew things. So if you are newer to sewing or newer to garment sewing, I guess I should say, this probably isn't a great place to start. But if you are moving along on your journey, you've got some dresses under your belt, you know how to sew a dress, and you want a little bit of a challenge, absolutely. And the only thing that's a challenge is that you're picking the techniques and stuff that you want to use. For instance, I'm going to fully line this dress. And, well, not fully. I'm going to fully line the body of the dress. I'm not going to line the sleeves. And I think on the cuffs, instead of doing button loops, I'm going to do rouleau loops, which are the fabric little loops with buttons. I have some really pretty big like gold ball buttons that I want to use. So on the final dress. So anyway, this is what I've chosen, and I'm going to do a tutorial in the month of September on how to do rouleau loops. I'm going to be doing a full muslin on this. So the muslin fabric you guys also picked out. So then, okay, when you're making a wearable muslin, you want to use fabric that's very comparable. So I went into my stash and was looking at all of my rayons and my viscoses, because those are going to have a similar drape to my silk charmeuse. And the fabric that won, I pulled 3, was the solid green, which actually also goes really well with my capsule colors. I don't know that I need 2 of these same dresses. So what's probably going to happen, I'll make up the dress in this, and I'm going to fully line it, because this is a pretty thin viscose. Fully line it, do the sleeves like I want to do them, and then I think I'm going to take a look and make a decision on if maybe one of these becomes a top. But I can make that determination once I've made the dress. So I'm going to make the dress in much less expensive and much less precious solid viscose first, but fully line it and everything. It's going to be a wearable muslin. I'm going to do a video, show you what the muslin looks like on me, walk you through any fitting adjustments that I think I need to make or stylistic adjustments, show you how I'm going to make those to the pattern, because I'm going to show you how I draft this pattern as well, how the system works and how the pattern gets drafted originally. And then I'm going to do a video on how to do the rouleau loops. And then I'll have a final video on my final make. So if this ends up being a dress and I may cut this off into a top, I've got 3 meters of this, and it's wide. It's like, I think 52 or 53 inches wide. So I would have enough to do something else with this, which also is very exciting. I think if I make the dress or I make it a top. So anyway, we'll make this a dress, and then I'll decide, do I want to keep this one a dress and just do a top on this one? And then how much do I need to cut off the pattern? Or do I just want to cut this into a top and make this the dress? So, you know, that's everything that we're going to kind of go through the process with together. So basically, the month of September on Fridays are going to be all related to my Precious Fabrics challenge. And I'm going to take you through the process in creating something that I really love in my wardrobe with fabric that is very precious to me. So that is kind of the plan going forward. And I'm excited to try out the Letterlow system a little bit more. Since the first outfit I did was knits, which obviously is a little bit more forgiving with fit, I'm anxious to try out a dress that's got darts. So I'm just kind of looking here at the back. Yeah, and I think the version I'm making does not have waist darts. Yeah, it does not. The fuller version, which is also very nice. I just don't need any waist cinching. Although, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I'll make this version and we'll go from there. As you can see on the back, the version and the green dress is a little bit straighter pattern pieces, and then the red dress has a little bit more flare, and then it's got fisheye darts. Which fisheye darts aren't always, with my body shape, are not always my friend. Fisheye darts in the back are fine, but in the front, because I carry my weight in my belly, fisheye darts are often not my friend in the front. It really depends on the dress. So I think with my figure, this one might be a little bit better suited. But yeah, that's why we're doing the muslin, folks. Anyway, that is the plan for the month of September. And then on Tuesdays, I've got a whole slew of different stuff that's coming up. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. But I hope that you guys are going to give me a try. The next person on this little vlog tour is Sam from Frugalissima. And I will link her channel down below so you can go watch her tomorrow. But again, there's a whole, if you go over to my Instagram, we've got the whole schedule of who is up on the tour for which day. So, but everyone's been instructed to give a shout out to the channel that comes before them. I'm the first channel, so no one's come before me, and the channel that comes after them. And then if they have someone presenting on the same day, that channel as well. So hopefully this will be a great way for you to find some more sewing YouTube channels as well. If you really, like I do, really enjoy watching sewing channels, it's a great way to maybe find some new ones as well. We've got a mix of high subscriber ones and some newer channels and all sorts of stuff. So a great opportunity to find some new to you sewing channels. And who doesn't want that? All right, guys, that is all I've got for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope, even if you're not participating on Instagram, would love to, you know, send me pictures if you're deciding if you're going to also cut into some precious fabric and make up a precious garment as well. And then for those of you that are participating on Instagram, I can't definitely hashtag, put the tag on there. So I can see what you guys are doing, even if it's not your finished garment, even if it's stages. Again, it's just one entry per person. So you can post as much as you want. That's fine. You'll still just get one entry, but I would just love to see the process as everyone goes through the Precious Fabric Challenge. Okay. That's all I have for today, folks. Have a good week. Get some sewing in, and I'll see you next time.